And Terri, we're going to start with you. You entered politics through the role of a television reporter. I entered politics through the role of a newspaper reporter. So tell us a little bit about your journey and what you're doing now, and then tell us about some obstacles that you may have faced along the way.
Sure. I am a proud graduate of the Manship School, graduated from right here in this building in 1999. And while I was at the Manship School, I was an apprentice at WBRZ, and actually even started before in television working at KLFY TV 10 in Lafayette. But while I was at BRZ, I fell in love with election night. I remember so many people that taught at the school, like Bob Mann, who's upstairs, giving political commentary, and was always the first in line to sign up to field produce or do something of that nature. Found my way in Columbia, South Carolina, worked in television, and one day woke up and said, this is not for me. I wanted to find a place where I can give people information to make decisions for their lives. You definitely do that in politics. You definitely do that in television, but I wanted to do it more where I could touch people. So I became a press secretary for a U.S. Senate candidate who ran against Lindsey Graham and lost in 2002, in that midterm cycle, and didn't have a job. So I looked at my mentor and said, what am I going to do tomorrow? I have to call my parents and say, I don't have a job. I graduated from college early, always had a plan. And he looked at me and said, become a lobbyist. And that was 17 years ago. And I've done some just incredible things. While I was here in Louisiana, I now live in Texas, I was the lead organizer on the campaign that made all the restaurants here smoke-free during the year of Hurricane Katrina. And for someone who was 25 years old, it was quite a feat. So when you ask what are the challenges that I faced, we were an all-female team under the age of 30, up against a big team of tobacco lobbyists who were all men. And I remember walking into a House committee for a hearing, and one of the male lobbyists just looked at me and threw his gum into my purse. And I was trying to find someone to get them ready to prepare for testimony, and he's like, don't worry about them, worry about this. And you take it in stride. I'm there to do a job. I was there to save lives, and I was not there to waste my time on him. So that's just one of the obstacles of many, but I could probably fill this panel with talks about fighting men in state houses.
Great. Thanks so much. That was very naive. Okay, Terri, let's get back to you and hear about any mentors that come to mind that really had a positive impact on you. And how do we go about finding mentors when we start our careers?
Yeah, and I want to bring something into the conversation that we haven't talked about, and that's women who are diverse and of color in politics. There is a very different walk sometimes, and so mentors can be some of the most amazing people in your journey. And so I found myself in South Carolina, moved there for a television job, and in a span of 9 months, called it quits, and just happened upon some very special human beings there. One is now the mayor of the city of Columbia, and another is a federal judge that was appointed by Obama. And both of those were so instrumental in helping me to see that I could do whatever I wanted to do in politics. And to this day, they still check on me quite often, and I will take all the help that I can get. But I will say, the thing that I really learned is that everyone wants to help you. You might not feel that way, and you might not want to ask for help, but when you lean in, you will be surprised who will open that door and who will stay a part of your tribe. So about a year ago, this month, on March 27th, it'll be the first anniversary, I launched a blog called movementmakertribe.com. And I did that because I wanted, women, especially women, but all people, to see that there was a way to get involved in their community. I talked earlier about how I wanted to give people information to make decisions to help their own. And so there you will hear stories of people like Mary, she's been featured, ways that you can start movements in your community, or ways you can even get into lobbying, just different ways that you can get involved in the political cycle. And there are some other women who are of color that are doing some amazing things. Like I got the chance to tell my story just last week on the Brown Girl's Guide to Politics. That's another blog. But so if you're looking for mentors, maybe search some of these blogs and podcasts, because then you'll get familiar with some people and you can reach out to them. You'd be surprised how many people will say yes to help you.
Thanks.